Hello everybody, how's it going? It's me, Crendor, and welcome back to Crendor Talks in front of a shitty green screen. Today, I want to talk about multiplayer tabletop battles because it's one of those things that doesn't really seem like it gets a lot of attention from Games Workshop. I don't know about many other games, but obviously I play Age of Sigmar primarily, and I've played some 40k. And usually every week, I get together with three other people, and we usually play 2v2s. Now, we normally play Age of Sigmar. We have played 2v2 40k, and it's fun. And I feel like a lot of people do this, right? I feel like most people don't just get together with one other person and play, although it happens. I do that as well. You know, I play probably a good chunk of my games are 1v1s, but usually I'll play it at my local game store, or occasionally, you know, someone's like, yo, come over Saturday, we'll play a game. But like for the most part, we usually meet up with like four of us and we play 2v2s, and that's just what we do. And one thing we've really noticed is the lack of rules or just materials to play multiplayer games. Now, I do see that there's like tournaments that do 2v2s or, you know, big multiplayer games. I see that. I actually found a 40k thing where they do have like 2 pages that are like, if you want, it's like, this is mainly for 1v1, but if you want to play a multiplayer game, here's like 2 pages of multiplayer stuff, right? So that's at least something, right? But I feel like it would be really cool if they just kind of put just a tiny bit of effort in. I'm not even asking for like a full book. I'm not asking for like that much, right? I'm asking for like even taking the battle plans you already have, right? Or even just a couple of them and just tweaking them for 2v2. You know what I mean? Because it feels like a lot of people play 2v2s. So I feel like it's not even that, you know, I don't think it's that big of a deal because you're getting a good size chunk of your market that plays this way. So for example, when we play 2v2s, okay, so I'll do Age of Sigmar here. We usually have it so you each have your own command points, okay? We have it so we each have our own, you know, like you get all out attack, you get all out defense, whatever it might be. But when we pick our battle tactic, we have to share that battle tactic, right? We don't each get a battle tactic. We like work together to be like, what battle tactic can we both achieve here, right? Same with grand strategy. So we're like, which grand strategy can we both achieve? Now, sometimes that causes mismatches, you know, and sometimes the person you're playing with, your armies work better together than they do than other ones. For example, one time my friend was playing Khorne. I was playing Seraphon, the Lizardmen, and his Khorne temple thing. I don't play Chaos. I don't remember. Well, I don't play like Khorne demons and that type of chaos. I play my, you know, rats and beastmen, and Nurgle. But his thing was like, if you cast spells, you have to re-roll the casting roll. Or like if you fail it, you take mortal wounds. But nobody else on the table had casting. Or maybe they had like one caster, right? But I had a Slan. And so because the rules of that thing say just like any other it's not like friendly casters don't have this happen. Actually, I don't know like the direct wording. Whatever it was, it made it so I, on his team, would hurt myself. So every time I tried to cast, I would hurt myself. And we could have been like, you know what, that's stupid. But we thought it was funny. So we were like, you know what, screw it. We'll just make it so like the Khorne and the Lizardmen are trying to work together, even though thematically that's like something that would never happen. So, you know, maybe they are working together, but they're just, you know, getting hurt by each other, like that type of thing. So it's funny. So listen, you know, we're not like, we don't really care about who wins and loses. You know, it's fun to be like, we win, haha, and whatever. But for the most part, we're having fun, right? And so we kind of just make our own rules as we go along. And so I think one of the really nice things would be to have just a couple battle plans, whether, you know, you're tweaking the maps or whatever it might be, that are strictly like, these are 2v2 battle plans, right? Yeah, obviously, they did that one with 40k, where it was like, here's a multiplayer battle plan. Like, cool. do some more, right? Like it doesn't have to be like, it could be like 4. It could be 4 or 5. Like I'd even take 3. Like if you take 3, then you just roll a D6 and 1, 2, 3, right? Make it a D3 for which one you want to play. They don't have to be overly complex. Just something where it's like, this is a fair map layout with a lot of points. Because usually we play 2,000 points each. So this is like 4,000 versus 4,000. Now you can like cut that in half, right? Where you each bring 1,000 or something like that. But we like playing with all our stuff. And so for the most part, we usually do that. So you could, also do it based on point differences on how you're going to play this map. Maybe it gets bigger. The more points you're playing, the deployment zone that is, and then it gets smaller, or like the objectives shift around. Like whatever it would be. I'd rather they just make a couple really good maps you'd play that kind of change based on how many points you're playing with and how many people you're playing with, as opposed to like giving you a bunch of different stuff. Because most of the time when they give you a bunch of different battle plans, like 75% of them are bad anyway. Usually it's like 25% are good, 25% are terrible, and then 50% are like okay. That's usually what happens, right? And then usually when you roll them, you're like, oh god, I don't want to play that one. I don't want to play that one. And then you're like, let's just play the good one we played last time, right? Or like one of the couple of good ones. That's usually what happens. And then I think for other stuff, it's usually fun to kind of, make your own rules, right? I think it's fun to do house rules. I mean, people do that all the time. Obviously, sometimes there's something where you're like, why is this a thing? This is dumb. Like, just allow it. I mean, like, I think that's what Games Workshop assumes you're going to do, which is like, if you want to play 2v2s, make your own rules, which I get it, and we do that, but it would still be nice to have some sort of official small package, whether that's in a book, whether that's just some random Warhammer community article that pops up once a year that's like, here's your multiplayer rules for anyone that wants to do that. Or just literally anything. I'll take literally anything. But overall, I just wanted to rant about that because, obviously I've been playing Warhammer for a while now. And, in the last year and a half or so, I've really gotten into playing 2v2s with my friends. And it's just like, it feels like there's not much support for it. And I wish there was more support. So, let me know down in the comments section below. Do you play 2v2s? Do you only play 1v1s? Do you not play the game at all? I'm curious as to how many people actually play multiplayer games, because I feel like it's a lot. You know what I mean? It feels like there'd be a good amount of people to get together with friends and just play. Like, it's the type of thing where, some people get together and they watch sports games, right? Which I still like sports. I'm not like the sports ball, he hit the field goal in the hockey net. Like, I love sports. I'm a sports nerd. I do a football podcast, right? But, for the most part, I don't really get together with people to, watch sports. But there's plenty of people that do. There's people who get together with other people and play sports. There's people who get together and, do literally everything, right? There's people who do anything. They get together. But, for us, we get together, we play Warhammer, right? It's a fun thing to do. And have some goofy, orcs and stuff run into each other as we roll like terribly or roll amazing and then see what happens. So I'm curious as to how many people do that. Let me know down in the comments section below. And hopefully at some point we get some sort of like official small multiplayer rules package for both Sigmar and 40K. So thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Okay? Okay. See ya.